I am going to discuss anthelmintic agents. In this lecture, we will discuss about introduction of anthelmintic agents, classification of anthelmintic agents, structures of different anthelmintic agents, and discussion of different classes of it. Now start with the introduction. First of all, what is anthelmintic agent? Agents which are used to destroy or eliminate the parasites formed from gastrointestinal tracts or body are known as the anthelmintic agents. This agent effect on the parasites or worm, right? Generally, they act by killing or paralyze the worm so that such worms could be easily expelled out from the body. In short, generally anthelmintic agents affect the worm by killing it or by paralyzing it. Now, depending upon the action of anthelmintic agents, they can be categorized into 1. Vermifuges. What is vermifuges? The drugs that expel the worms from the body are known as the vermifuges. Right? Anthelmintic agents that expel the worms from the body are known as vermifuges. And second one is vermicides. The drugs or anthelmintic agent that kill the worms are known as the vermicides. Right? Now helminths. Helminths are nothing but the worm, parasitic worm. Parasitic worms are also known as the helminths, right? And they are the macroparasites. Helminths are macroparasites and that can be easily seen by the naked eye, right? Now, helminths that infect human host are divided into two categories, right? First one is phyla, or known as platyhelminths or flatworm. These are the genus Phyla, and under the genus Phyla, they are the flatworm that cause the infection into human body, right? Again, flatworms are divided into two categories, cystod and trematodes. Example of cystod is tapeworm, and examples of trematode are cystosomes or flux that cause the infection in human body, right? Second one is aschelminths, or also known as nematodes, right? Examples of nematodes are roundworm, bookworm, pinworm, and whipworm, right? This type of helminths cause the infection inside the body of human, right? All over, flatworms are cystod or trematodes, they are tapeworm or cystosomes, and in nematodes, they are roundworm, bookworm, pinworm, and whipworm, which cause the infection in human body. So these terms you can hear during the lecture, because in uses of different anthelmintic agents, this type of terms are used. Now, next, that is a disease that is caused by the worm infection. Right? Different type of disease that caused by the worm infections are ascariasis, that is the infection of small intestine caused by ascariasis, Ascarias lumbricoides. It is a type of roundworm. Right? Next one is cystod infection. It includes the different type of tapeworm infections. Next one is filariasis. That is a type of roundworm, and species Filaria type species of roundworm cause the infection is known as filariasis. Next one is enterobiasis. It is an infection of pinworm, right? And this type of infection is generally seen in the children, and it is spread by the inhalation or ingestion of the small eggs of the or teeny eggs of the pinworm. Now, classification of the anthelmintic agents. First one is benzimidazoles. Example are mebendazole, albendazole, thiabendazole. Quinoline and isoquinoline. Examples are oxamniquine, and praziquantel. Oxamniquine is quinoline derivative and praziquantel is isoquinoline derivative. Next one is piperazine derivative. Example is piperazine citrate and diethyl carbamazine citrate. Fourth class is vinyl pyrimidines derivative. Examples are pyrantel palmate and oxantel. Fifth class is amides. Examples are niclosamide. Next one is natural products. Example is ivermectin. Ivermectin is an anthelmintic agent that is obtained from the natural source. Seventh class is organophosphorus derivative. Example is metrifonate. Eighth class is imidazothiazole derivative. Example is levimazole. Ninth class is nitroderivatives. Example is niridazoles. Right? Now, see the different structures of the different anthelmintic agents. First one is benzimidazole derivative. Right? Name indicate benzimidazole. That means the presence of benzene and imidazole ring. Imidazole ring is heterocyclic ring, that is 5-membered heterocyclic ring with 2 nitrogen atoms present at 1 and 3rd position. Right? This heterocyclic ring, imidazole ring, fused with the benzene ring is known as the benzimidazole compound or derivative. Right? Now, on this benzimidazole ring, same structure R1 and R2 are denoted. Right? So, with different benzimidazole derivative, R1 and R2 will be changed. Right? See an example. In case of thiabendazole, R1 is thiazole ring, that is again heterocyclic ring, 5-membered heterocyclic ring with nitrogen and sulfur atom present at 1,3 position, and R2 is hydrogen. In case of mebendazole, R1 is NHCO OCH3 and R2 is benzoyl group COC6H5. In case of albendazole, R1 is same as mebendazole, that is NHCO OCH3, and R2 is SCH2CH2CH3. Right? Now, quinoline and isoquinoline derivative. First structure is praziquantel. Praziquantel is derivative of isoquinoline. See in structure there is a isoquinoline ring, right? And this isoquinoline ring is fused with the piperazine ring, right? Next one is oxamniquine. Oxamniquine is quinoline derivative. Here, see in structure, quinoline ring is present. Tetrahydroquinoline ring is present, right? Next one is piperazine derivative. Example, piperazine citrate, right? So, name indicate piperazine derivative. So that it contains the piperazine ring. Piperazine ring is nothing but the heterocyclic ring, 6-membered heterocyclic ring with 2 nitrogen atoms at 1, 2 position, right? Same structure, piperazine citrate contain piperazine ring, and also diethyl carbamazine citrate contain the piperazine ring. Next one is vinyl pyrimidines. It contains the heterocyclic ring pyrimidine, 6-membered ring with 2 nitrogen atoms at 1,3 position, right? And this pyrimidine ring is substituted with vinyl group at 2nd position. Same structure in pyrantel and oxantel. In both structure, pyridine ring at 2nd position substituted with vinyl group, that is CH double bond CH, right? Next, amides. Example is niclosamide. It contains the amide linkage or amide functional group. Same structure, 2 aromatic ring is bound with CONH amide function. CONH, that is amide group. Right? Next one is organophosphorus compound, that is metrifonate. Example. Now what is organophosphorus compound? So organic compound containing phosphorus atom. See in metrifonate structure there is a presence of phosphorus atom. Right? Next one is imidazole thiazoles. Here, two heterocyclic rings are fused with each other. One is imidazole ring and second one is thiazole ring. They are directly fused with each other, right? It shares the nitrogen atom commonly. See in structure, levimazole structure, fused ring system is imidazole, thiazole, right? And last one is nitro derivatives. Example is nitidazole, and it contains the nitro group, and this nitro group is substituted on the thiazole ring. So it is generally known as nitrothiazole derivative also. Right? Next, coming toward the description of the different enthelmintic agents. So start with the first class benzimidazoles. Right? Examples are mebendazole and albendazole. So first one is mebendazole. It is benzimidazole derivative, and see its mechanism of action. It inhibits the enzyme fumarate reductase. Right? Now, what is the function of fumarate reductase? Right? Inhibition of fumarate reductase will cause what in worm or helminths. Fumarate reductase is an important enzyme in helminths that appear to be involved in the oxidation of NADH to NAD. So in short, fumarate reductase causes the oxidation of NADH to NAD. Now, what is the importance of this step, oxidation of NADH to NAD? It is important step in the energy production, that is ATP production, right? So when our drug inhibit the enzyme fumarate reductase, so ultimately inhibit the oxidation of NADH to NAD and block the ATP production. So lack of energy occur. Next mechanism of action is it have also ability to bind with the protein tubulin, right? So it will lead to the destruction of microtubules, and destruction of microtubules lead to the inhibition of the cell division, right? So in both cases, drug inhibit the helminths and cause the paralysis in helminths, right? Now uses, it is broad spectrum enthelmintic agents, right? And it is drug of choice for cystose, right? Infection of tapeworms. Because of its poor solubility, it concentrates in colon and exerts fewer side effects. Next one is albendazole. It is also benzimidazole derivative, and it has the same mechanism of action as albendazole, right? It produces the similar mechanism of action as mebendazole. It inhibits the enzyme fumarate reductase and bind with the tubulin protein and cause the paralysis of helminth, right? Uses, it is new benzimidazole derivative, and it is useful in the treatment of neurocystic cirrhosis and echinococcosis, right? Now what is neurocystic cirrhosis? It is a neurological infection that is because of tapeworm, right? Taenia solium. It is a species of tapeworm, Taenia solium, right? So neurological infection of due to species Taenia solium tapeworm, it is known as the neurocystic cirrhosis. And second one is echinococcosis. It is infection due to the Echinococcus gravulus, right? It is also species of tapeworm. So it is generally useful for the in the treatment of infection due to tapeworm. It has also effect on roundworm, hookworm, whipworm, and threadworm. Right? Inside the body, albendazole is metabolized into the albendazole sulfoxide. Its metabolite, right? And this metabolite, albendazole sulfoxide, has also potent enthelmintic properties. Right? Next one is quinoline and isoquinoline derivative. So first drug is praziquantel. It is isoquinoline derivative, right? And its levoenantiomer is biologically active. Generally, its biological activity is found with its levoenantiomer. It has no activity against nematodes, right? But it is highly specific towards cystod and trematodes, right? Nematodes, for example, roundworm, hookworm, webworm, right? When a person infected with this type of nematodes, right, roundworm, webworm, hookworm, then praziquantel is not effective, but it is highly effective towards the cystodes and trematode infections. Right? Mechanism of action of praziquantel: it increases the permeability of membrane towards calcium ion. Membrane of Helminth, right? In the Helminth, it increases the membrane permeability towards calcium ion. So what happens? If increases the permeability towards calcium ion, it will increases the concentration of calcium ion inside the Helminth cell, right? Now, increased calcium ion concentration lead to the spasm or contraction of muscles inside the cell, right? So, increases the muscle contraction lead to the paralysis of the tapeworm, and it is easily expelled out from the body. Additionally, it is also shown to inhibit phosphor inositide metabolism, which is an undetermined mechanism, leads to worm paralysis, right? It inhibits phosphor inositide metabolism, it is known, but then what happen and cause the worm paralysis, in between this step is unknown, or mechanism is unknown, right? It also affects the energy metabolism in worms, ultimately inhibit the energy production, ATP production, and cause the worm paralysis. Right? Now, therapeutic uses: it is a drug for choice for the treatment of schistosomiasis and liver flux. Schistosomiasis and flux are the type of nematodes, right? Now, oxamniquine, it is quinoline derivative. It is chemically 2-amino methyl tetrahydroquinoline compound, right? Mechanism of action is, it is activated via esterification to a biologically active ester, right? When oxamniquine enter into the body, it get metabolized. It is activated via esterification and converted into active ester, and this ester dissociate immediately into electrophile, right? What is electrophile? Electron rich species, electron deficient species, right? And these electrophile are positively charged alkyl group that are known as the carbocation, right? Now, this alkyl group or electrophile cause the alkylation of the Helminth DNA, right? And alkylation of Helminth DNA lead to the inhibition of nucleic acid metabolism. Right? Therapeutic uses: it is used against Schistosoma mansoni, that is a species of schistosomes, right? And in combination with metryphonet, this oxamniquine, in combination with metryphonet, that is organophosphorus anthelmintic, are useful in the treatment of mixed mansoni and hematobium infection. Now, piperazine derivative. Examples are piperazine citrate and diethyl carbamazine citrate, right? Amongst these, piperazine is active against nematodes, and DEC, that is diethyl carbamazine citrate, is effective against filaria and microfilaria, right? Now, see the mechanism of action for the first DEC, that is diethyl carbamazine, is it acts as inhibitors of arachidonic acid metabolism, right? Arachidonic acid metabolism inhibition lead to the decreased immunity of the helminths, right? It become more susceptible to the immune attack, right? DEC is not directly toxic to the filarial microfilaria. It decreases the immunity of the helminths, right? And second possible mechanism is that it causes the paralysis of parasites by blocking acetylcholine at the myoneural junction, right? And this action is mediated by the agonist effect upon inhibitory GABA receptors. Now, how GABA receptor affect this blocking action of acetylcholine? In centrally, GABA receptor cause the blocking of the release of acetylcholine, right? And that's why at myoneural junction, action of the acetylcholine is blocked and it will lead to the paralysis of parasites. Therapeutic uses. It is useful for the treatment of individual patients with certain filaria disease, right? This filaria or microfilaria infect the person and cause the infection into the different organ of the person. For example, lymphatic filariasis, right? Then tropical pulmonary filariasis, etc. Vinyl pyrimidine. Example is pyrenyl palmoate. It is thiophene derivative and it has anti-nematodal activity. That means it is primarily effective in the infection due to nematodes, right? It is drug of choice in pinworms. Generally, in the infection due to pinworms, pyrenyl palmoate is preferred. It is also effective in hookworm and roundworm, right? Mechanism of action is nicotine receptor agonist. It acts as nicotinic receptor agonist and it causes the stimulation of nicotinic acid that will lead to the paralysis of parasites. Amides, example is niclosamide. It acts as a teniacide. What is teniacide? The drug which causes the inhibition of the tapeworms or kill the tapeworms are known as teniacide. So niclosamide causes the inhibition of tapeworm. It is also used as pesticide. Pesticide is a chemical substance that inhibit or kill the fishes. That type of fishes which are invasive or parasitic are inhibited by the pesticide molecule, and niclosamide acts as a pesticide molecule, right? Mechanism of action, it uncouples the oxidative phosphorylation, right? What will happen? Oxidative phosphorylation is important step in the ATP production, right? So inhibition of oxidative phosphorylation leads to the lack of energy production and ultimately cause paralysis of parasites. Next one is nitroderivatives. Example is miridazole. It is orally active nitrothiazole derivative. It has amibicidal and cystosomicidal activity. It has also an enthelmintic and antibacterial activity. Right? Amibicidal, that means it kills the Entamoeba histolytica, and cystosomicidal, that means it kills the cystosomes, that is helminths. Right? Mechanism of action, it inhibits oogenesis and spermatogenesis, that means ultimately inhibit the growth of helminths inside the body, right? And it also inhibits phosphofructokinase enzyme. This enzyme is important for the glycogen depletion, right? Inhibition of phosphofructokinase enzyme lead to the inhibition of certain metabolic processes in the helminths and cause the paralysis in helminths. So it is all about the enthelmintic agents.